Okay, hello. Welcome to my stream. I'll be playing. I am Text Across the Koran, also known as Noel. That's my real name, and I'm going to be playing some Kerbal Space Program. Hold on a second. All right, so I'm just going to get started. This is just a informal stream where I just play a game and have it live for people whoever wants to see what I'm doing when I'm playing a game. I am going to start a new thing. It's going to be career mode, so both science and money are involved. Call this Twitch SP. Let's check out my difficulty settings. Everything so far looks alright. But advanced. I do want to require signal for control. I'm not so sure about plasma blackout. I think I'm gonna skip that one. Do you want to make it a little more difficult with pressure limits, G-force limits, Kerbal G-force limits? These are transfer-based cross-feed rules. I think I'm okay with that. I think I like these settings. All right, started. I'm only going to go until 8 o'clock because that is when the other live stream I want to catch comes on. The Space Hangout. Okay, so let's get some missions. So our basic ones: launch our first vessel, get some scientific data, and that's all I can have right now. Just gonna do something simple. Take this thing. So the only thrust I have is this. What a parachute. Remember where it was. It's been a while since I played this. Utility. There it is. What do I want to call this? I usually go for something like hopper, because it doesn't really go anywhere. It just goes up, comes back down. But yeah, I'll do that. Upper 1. Save and launch. I do gotta watch my staging. I left my parachute and thruster or booster on the same stage. Take a crew report. I'm gonna wait until air take a crew report, because those are more valuable. G-force is going into the red. Could have been bad. Now that got me way up here. I want to see if this will actually get me to upper atmosphere. So when I get to the top of my trajectory, just about now actually, the crew report. Now just flying. So keep that. Wait a bit to deploy the parachute. Not waiting too long for my ship to get to the ground. I don't want to be going too fast either. Right, cover this.
Aha! All right.
before I actually try to achieve those goals, I'm going to do some more science. So this time we're just going to use a few of these goo containers, as well as some temperature data. So we use pretty much the same rocket. So first we'll get a crew report from the ground. Take a temperature reading from the ground, as well as a goo observation. Check my staging. My ship's a little heavier, so maybe my acceleration won't be as bad last time. But it did survive, so it's not, I don't think it's a huge deal. So I deflected my course a little bit so I can get to a different biome. But I can now do in-flight temperature log. Well, there's another goo observation. Goo jiggles and wobbles as the craft flies. Once again, I'll wait until the craft gets a little bit lower before I activate the parachutes. Doesn't really matter. This stage of the parachute doesn't slow it down all that much anyway. Looks like I'm going to be landing in the Research and Development Center, so we'll get some data from that place. I think. I won't be able to EVA out of these capsules until I upgrade a certain building. So let's observe the mystery goo here from the R&D center. Keep that. Okay, I've already used that one. This one hasn't been used. And I'll keep those, and I will recover. Alright, 25 science earned. That should get me to another stage of science, so I can actually get to orbit and complete the contract. Okay, so let's take a look at what I've got. Get to orbit, I think rocketry will be the best bet to get me there. Takes 20 research. Down to 14.2, so not quite enough for these survivability things. What I could do is I could send the ship into the ocean, get some science from there. So send another hopper. I think I should only need one canister, one goo canister here, and one thermometer. And check my staging, because I keep forgetting. Alright, so I'm going to launch, and I'm going to immediately turn to the east. So, stability on. Immediately I'm going to this way. Try to go this way. Well, not the direction I wanted to go exactly, but I am going over water. And the ship's out. Now I'm wondering, is report over water? Yes, it is a different biome. But I think I'm going to leave that for a different mission and use crew report from being in the water instead. Mystery Goo is not concerned about the biome, just concerned about flying. The thermometer considers this the shore, so it's the same as before. So I'm not going to block that. Alright then, let's do the science. Log temperature from the shores. It's valid, so keep that. Report from the shores. That. Then roll myself over. Take the mystery goo. With 4 science. Keep that. So this should be enough to get me the survivability package. Cover. Yeah, 9 more science. And most of the money back. 97.6% value. Alright, that's research. So survivability gets me also some more science options. More parachutes, and also gets me some heat shields, which I'm going to need if I want to come back from orbit. Now let's build the rocket. So this will be a new craft. Same command pod, but We need that parachute. Going to need a heat shield this time. And some science packages. So I want maybe 3 of each science type. So I'm going to want one from the upper atmosphere, one from space, and another from whatever biome I happen to land in. Same thing goes for science packages. I can just go ahead and cover the door because I don't have the ability to EVA. So barometer as well. I can do with 2 more barometers. So one for the launch pad, one for flying. So we have a very routed capsule. And now I need a separator. Coupling, stop, decoupler, basic fuel tank. Now for the upper stage, I want the better vacuum engine. The swivel is slightly better performance. Use a calculator that you can't see to calculate my delta V. So this has a specific impulse of 320. And this craft is right now 4.105 tons. When empty, it is 3.105 tons. Gives me a delta V of only 800. That's pretty terrible. I'm going to put some more of these on here, so 2 more. See if that improves my performance. So my mass is now 6.355. Empty these. They have 3.355. And that gets me 2,000 meters per second of delta V, which is much better. I can use that. Refill these. It means I need 1,400 more for the first stage. So that'll be my upper stage to get me into orbit. For my first stage, I can use these giant solid rocket motors, solid fuel motors. So let's see what that gets me. The surface level, at sea level, efficiency is 175. When full, that's a 14.055 ton vehicle. When that stage is empty, have a 7.905 ton vehicle, which gives us 900, so not quite enough. What happens? 3 bottom here. So that exceeds the, oh man. So we have an 18-ton limit. So this should get us out of the atmosphere, at least. because that fuel is so inefficient, I'm going to need too much of it to get into space. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get into... What I'm not going to do is go to orbit. What I am going to do is get out of the atmosphere for a bit, get my science, come back down, and fulfill at least one contract. Hopper 2. It's still more or less hopping, just hopping a lot higher. And this time the staging sort of starts off correct. Just for good measure, to put some tail fins. Just to make sure this isn't too dangerous. And this is empty, it's 7.945 tons. Divide that by the thrust, or divide the thrust by that number. The max thrust is 250, 300. I want to make sure this isn't going to kill my Kerbal at full thrust. So, only about 3 or 4 Gs, so it should be safe. This time I'm going to bring Valentina along. So that Jeb doesn't steal all the glory. Before takeoff, we take one barometer reading. Then we can launch. While we're lifting off, we can take another data, pressure data, with 8.4 science. Nice. I'm going to try to get us going northeast. I don't have much control. They have the tiny reaction wheels in the capsule, which I don't think have any, or doing anything to this steering. Okay, so I'm up. Now I have the steerable rocket. I am extremely aerodynamically stable. So I don't want to steer too much. I'll just be very gentle with my steering there. That already gets me out of the atmosphere. So I should be in the upper atmosphere, so I'm going to take a crew report. Keep that. Take a pressure reading. Keep it. Take a temperature reading. Keep that. And I'm going to start to yaw over. Get ready to push my orbit out a little bit further. Push my trajectory out further. It's the in-space music. Okay, so I'm not quite going to make it to that landmass. But we are in space, so I can take a mystery goo observation and science. Try to take another pressure data. A temperature reading. And then get ready for re-entry. Now I did forget that these things are kind of sticking out and probably will burn off when I try to re-enter. I'm going to decouple that. And fast forward to re-entry. I'm hoping that because I'm not quite at orbital speed, that the re-entry heating won't be as extreme, and I'll be able to save my goo experiments. At the end of this mission, I'm going to be closing down and getting ready to watch the weekly space hangout with Fraser Kane and all the doctors. Doctors Morgan Renberg, Kimberly Cartier, and the Paul guy, Dr. Paul Sutter. Here we go. Not so bad. And now we have to wait till we get subsonic before we can deploy the parachutes. I gotta say though, all this extra stuff on the outside of the ship makes it look much cooler. Deploy my parachute now. Fast forward. Hopefully I'll get, this will be an ocean biome instead of the shore, so I think this will be a new biome. Okay. So with this money, I'm intending to upgrade either the launch pad or the assembly building so I can... There we go. So, mystery goo. Yes, ocean. Kerbin's water. Goo escapes into the water. Good. Okay. And used, not used. Log pressure. And the temperature. It's cold. Cool, I think that's everything. So let's recover that. 85 science, so that was very valuable. Maybe not necessarily in money, but in science, yeah, that'll get me far. Tiny part of the original ship is what I recovered, so only got 9,000 funds back. Valentina has gained experience. Cool. $28,000, or $280,000. The launch pad only takes 50,000 to upgrade. If I upgrade it, I can launch vehicles up to 140 tons. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I can barely afford that upgrade, but if I upgrade that, I might not afford to launch any rockets. So I'm just going to leave that the way it is. Take a look at what I can research. I might want to get some bigger rockets. So advanced rocketry. A slightly bigger fuel tank and a smaller engine. Well, the engine is actually better because it doesn't weigh as much as the bigger one. So if you want your upper stage to be small, you have an engine that keeps it small. It's also way more efficient than the other two. Stability does offer radial decouplers, but I don't think I need those anytime soon. General construction, flight control, which adds some controlled winglets. I think that might be what I want most right now. The other option is some. We do get some more science, more radiators, and the ability to launch probes, uncrewed probes. But I think I like the winglet option most right now. But I still have quite a bit of science left. So stability lead to more aircraft stuff. I'm not too keen on aircraft right now. Go after the basic science next, because it does offer a lot more science stuff, which I can just use to plow through the rest of these. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that. Still have like 21 science, so I'll just go stability. Right, so I think that's going to be it for now. Anyone who watches this, finds this somehow, I bid you good night, and see you next time.